Rick, you were there. Did her opponents draw blood? Perhaps I should remind myself that in the end, the Star Wars rebels did bring down the giant camel.
Yes, I love the Star Wars reference too, Sam. This was the first debate where there was a significant stumble from Senator Clinton. And I think what's interesting is that it wasn't even so much the attacks. I think she parried them pretty well. But how she handled another question, and we'll get to it in a little bit, that really tripped her up. But the attacks didn't help. And this really became a piling on match, just a total free-for-all out there. Want to bring in now ABC's senior political correspondent, Jake Tapper. Now, Jake, the buzz going into this debate was going to be, is Barack Obama going to go on the offensive? In your mind, did he meet the bar that he set for himself in terms of going on the attack? And who else did themselves some good last night?
I think it wasn't the most forceful that I've seen Barack Obama, but certainly it's the most forceful I've seen him in a debate, and I think he did well enough to dissuade any critics for now. I think it's not so much that Obama or John Edwards did really well as it is that Senator Hillary Clinton really just had a really very, very bad night. It's not so much that I would say anybody won. I would say, however, that she lost.
Well, Jake, desperate times require desperate measures, and the time is going short, so I guess that's why her opponents decided they had to take off the gloves. But my question to you is, if they're going to use this tactic, why didn't they start last spring or last summer? Why wait till now?
Well, anytime you go negative, Sam, as you well know, not only do you drive up your opponent's negative favorability, but you also drive up your own negative favorability. So there is a risk anytime you go after somebody. People like, or at least tell pollsters that they like politicians to be nice and they don't like attacks. That said, attacks can be very effective. You don't want to just start out of the race attacking your opponent. That's the last thing you want to do. Then you, in a way, almost, this is a problem I think that Mitt Romney has had on the Republican side. He has been the most aggressive against his opponents, and I think that has created an impression of him to a degree as a politician who is on the attack and who will do and say anything to win office. That's not what you want to do.
Jake, when you talk about Senator Clinton listening, I think this is the exchange you had in mind. Let's play it. And it has to do with a question about a proposal by Senator Clinton's home state senator, Governor Eliot Spitzer of New York, to give driver's license to illegal immigrants. Take a listen.
I just want to add, I did not say that it should be done, but I certainly recognize why Governor Spitzer is trying to do it, and we have failed. We have failed.
No. You said yes.
No.
You thought it made sense to do it.
No, I didn't, Chris. But the point is, what are we going to do with all these illegal immigrants who are driving?
Do you support his plan?
You know, Tim, this is where everybody plays gotcha. It makes a lot of sense. What is the governor supposed to do? He is dealing with a serious problem. We have failed, and George Bush has failed.
Unless I missed something, Senator Clinton said two different things in the course of about 2 minutes, just a few minutes ago. And I think this is a real issue for the country.
I was confused on Senator Clinton's answer. I can't tell whether she was for it or against it. And I do think that is important. One of the things that we have to do in this country is to be honest about the challenges that we face.
Now, immigration is supposed to be the issue that tears apart the Republican Party, not the Democratic Party. But as you mentioned, Jake, this is a truly bad answer from Senator Clinton. What do you think was going on? How can they plausibly explain away this particular exchange?
Well, first of all, this debate has nothing to do with immigration, as you know. Nobody here is debating whether or not Governor Spitzer's very controversial plan to give driver's licenses to illegal immigrants is a good plan or not. That's not what this is about. This is about Hillary Clinton giving, I think it was even more than two answers. She said, she was quoted by Tim Russert as saying that the Governor Spitzer's plan made sense. Then I was asked about that. She explained why she thought it made sense. Then she later interjected saying that she doesn't support the plan. Chris Dodd said, "You said it made sense." She said, "No, I didn't, Chris." Barely 5 seconds later, she said that the plan made sense again. So I think that there's even like maybe 3 or 4 answers that she gave. And this feeds into, as you know, all these campaigns have a narrative about who these people are, because it's about more than their positions. It's about who they are as people. And Senator Clinton has created a narrative about her that she is calculating. Maybe that's an unfair narrative, but that's the one about her. Obama is that he's inexperienced. Edwards is that he's ruthless. Everybody has a narrative. She fed into that in front of everybody. I actually thought she was having a bad night before that horrible answer. I thought that she had proven kind of evasive on subjects like Social Security and the Wrangle tax proposal. But this really was devastating because it showed everybody, somebody, a politician, who was not being clear and in fact contradicting herself one time after another.